Representative AOC is, as I just said, a representative, but could she perhaps be a senator soon? She didn't rule it out a few days ago.
Have you thought much about a primary challenge to Chuck Schumer? And is that's in the back of your mind a little bit?
It's in the front of a lot of other people's minds. So I'm curious if you've done that.
No. Right now, my concern is just making sure that I'm taking care of everything that's right in front of me, and just, making sure that I earn the honor and the privilege of serving New York 14's Congressional District for another term. I mean, as you mentioned, while I am honored that that there are well-heeled and well-funded organizations like the U.S. Chamber of Congress kind of coming in opposition, I also don't underestimate the millions of dollars invested interest in unseating me. And so I'm very much focused on my election in 2020. And honestly, this news cycle is so insane. Who knows where any of us are going to be in 2022?
Who knows? Which is not a no. It's who knows.
Did she say in 2022?
In 2022, who knows where we'll be? Yes.
Yeah.
So she's not doing it now, and she doesn't say, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it," which nobody would. She didn't say it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. She said, "I have to focus on this. I've got a lot of responsibilities, obviously, but who knows where we'll be." What do you think?
Well, listen, the laugh doesn't lie. The sort of like the blush laugh. Well,
there was
a laugh, and that sort of indicates like, she's flattered that people are thinking about that, and she hasn't ruled it out. She is thinking about it herself. I don't know if it's the smartest move, just on a strategically, as much as I think that she could definitely take him, and she could probably mount a very good campaign against him. It's a questionable. I mean, Schumer and Pelosi, as critical as I am of them, and as a lot of progressive Democrats are, they are arguably, they're seen as the only leadership. Whereas Joe Crowley, people didn't know that name. He wasn't a household name, right?
Yeah, that's true. He wasn't. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
First of all, I agree, and about them being the only, seen as House leadership. Some people might informally think of Schiff as a leader, but I don't want those three to be the names that people think of when they think of national Democrats or Democrats in a position of leadership. I want them to think of people like Bernie Sanders and others, including potentially AOC. Yeah, if she were to run against him, I would be worried. It would be tough. He'd have $1 billion. He's been there for a long time, and hypothetically, if she weren't to win, then she hypothetically might be out of office. I mean, I guess she'd primary, and maybe she could still run for her seat as a representative. I honestly, while that would be an upgrade, I want her to be thinking potentially larger than that in not the next 2 years, but maybe in the next 4 years. We'll see. But anyway, I do want to just quickly get to Chuck Schumer. What does he think about this?
I want to ask you one other question, sir. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez this week did not rule out a possible 2022 primary run against you. Are you confident you could beat her?
Look, throughout my career, I've done my job. I'm totally focused on this COVID. We are the epicenter. And I found throughout my career, you do your job well, everything else works out okay.
Okay, so he's, as of right now at least, he's not worried. Would you be worried if you were him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. I absolutely. I mean, especially in New York politics and seeing what she did to Joe Crowley, you gotta be worried. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it is important to mount. I think it is absolutely important to primary, Democrats for sure. I disagree with saying you shouldn't do that. But you gotta spook them a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the fact that she came in and took down someone who was in leadership, if I was Schumer, that would scare me. I definitely think whether she has any interest in primarying him, whether maybe she's thinking potentially about a presidential run or something, you know what I would like? And maybe this is the first step of it. I would like her to make him worried every minute of every day that she's going to primary him, because if that leads to him making one decision between now and then that he wouldn't otherwise, or 2 or 10 that are more progressive because of his fear of her challenge, I think that would be a great way at almost no cost for her to continue to improve America.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is exactly right.
Hope so. We'll see. Maybe keep an eye on her and a number of others. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.